friends, welcome back to Piet's Plate YouTube cooking channel. I am Chef Piet. I'm so happy to have you guys back here in my kitchen with me doing one of my favorite things, which is cooking. Today we are going to be tackling a whole roasted Chile Rojo chicken, and I'm going to be teaching you how to spatchcock a chicken. We are going to be searing the chicken in a cast iron skillet. We are going to be putting that beautiful robust chile on the chicken, and then we're going to put it in the oven to finish off roasting. So what you want to start with is a chicken, obviously, and make sure your chicken is pat dry. So you don't want a wet chicken when you start this recipe. Start with a pat dry chicken, a dry chicken, and I like to wash my chicken when I take it out of the package. Sometimes there's a little bit of that weird liquid in the package with the chicken, or a little bit of the blood left over. So I usually wash my chicken, I rinse him, give him a nice little bath, pat dry him with paper towels. You also want to be sure you're starting with a sharp knife. The worst thing you can do is try to cut through the rib cage of a chicken with a dull knife. Sharpen your knife pre-hand. If you have some really nice kitchen shears like I do, you can use kitchen shears as well. So I'm going to be doing this with my kitchen shears, and let's get started. Okay, first we are going to find the spine of the chicken, okay? So here's my chicken. We have 2 wings, we have 2 breasts, we have 2 legs, right? So when you have spotted the breast, you know you want to put that side down onto your cutting board. You can also insert your fingers to the opposite ends of the chicken and feel inside. What you're going to feel is a little bit of a ridge, kind of like obviously bones. You will want to cut the sides of each of that spinal cord. That's the spinal cord. Those bones are the rib cage. So I'm going to go ahead and get my scissors. I'm going to start from the bottom end of the chicken. So we're gonna go ahead and get our scissors and cut to the side of that spinal cord. Now, while you are cutting with the scissors or the knife, if you're doing this with the knife, it's gonna be obviously cutting from the top to the bottom. Here I'm starting from the bottom and working my way up through the top. You're gonna hear some crunching noise. Don't be alarmed. Those, again, as I mentioned, are the ribs. Okay, this guy's dead, he doesn't feel it, everything's fine. So go ahead and get your scissors and cut through that rib cage. All right, now I have one part of this rib cage cut through, and I'm gonna go ahead and cut alongside the other rib cage on the other side of that spinal cord. Okay, there we have it. We have the spinal cord of the chicken. Don't throw this away. Save this for stock later, okay? You can make some great stock with that. So next what I'm going to do is get a knife and cut through the sternum bone here that's in the middle. This just will make it breaking it down a little later, a little easier. You're gonna hear a little pop noise. Don't be alarmed, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead and turn him over. Put your palm in between the breast and just push down, and you'll hear a little pop. So that pop noise just means that that sternum has popped through. And now what we are able to do is rearrange our chicken legs. All right. Now what we have here is a beautiful spatchcocked chicken. The way that I want to roast this is to have the thighs out. So when you are finished and you flip him over after cutting out the spine and popping that sternum, he's going to look like this. What we want to do is just pull his legs out like so. So when we're roasting him in the pan, we want him to look like this. That we have more surface of the skin exposed to the heat, so it can get nice and crispy while you're roasting him in the oven. So this is the moment I hope all of you have been patiently waiting for, which is the Chile Rojo part of the recipe. So what we're going to be using are dried chiles. This chile is called the Anaheim chile, also known as a California chile. It's very mild in flavor. It's great for recipes that don't require a lot of spice, but also have all of that punch of the nice chile flavor that we're looking for. What we want to do is steam these. All I have done is put about 8 chiles of the dried chiles in a bowl, and I poured hot boiling water over them. You don't have to fully submerge them, and then place a plate over the bowl. So what they're going to do is steam. And what it does is soften that chile up so we can cut off the stems and cut out the seeds and then put it in a blender and be able to blend it up and make the chile. If it's not steamed, it's going to just go in there into your blender as a dry pepper, and it's not going to blend the way that you want it to. It's probably just gonna hang out in there and like move around. What we wanna do is we wanna blend that chile. So I've gone ahead and steamed my chiles. I have them still here with the water. I'm going to go ahead and just take them out. They're nice and soft. If they are not soft yet, then you can put them back into the bowl. If you need to add more hot water, you can. They take about 5 to 7 minutes to soften up. I'd say just leave it at a good 7 minutes. This chile does not have a stem. You can use gloves, so that way you don't have any accidents later when you forget you were handling chiles and then touch your face and your eyes, and the next thing you know, your face is on fire. So maybe use gloves. I'm gonna go ahead and just cut a little slice down the middle of my chile, and all of those peppers are there, and they usually just fall out. If they don't, you can just use your fingers and scoop them out with your thumbs. So this one is pretty clean here. Let's talk about some of the other ingredients that are going to be going in the blender. I have 3 to 4 roasted Roma tomatoes. I have 3 pieces of roasted garlic clove, and I have 1 roasted shallot. All of these ingredients are going to help create a very amazing flavor to this chile. I like to use a lot of garlic in my food, and also thinking that this is going to go onto the chicken. I want all of those flavors to really pop on their own, but also be harmonious and play really well together into the chile. So I'm going to go ahead and put those all into the blender. I have some of my dried spices, which do include Mexican oregano, as well as salt, pepper, cumin, obviously. I have a little bit of the chili powder as well. It's a chipotle flavor, so I'm gonna go ahead and add that into there. And I have 1/4 cup of a chicken broth because I need a little bit of that liquid to keep my blender going without it being too dry. Okay, so our blender is ready to go. I'm going to go ahead and press my on button, and I'm going to do a medium blend. It is done. If you are noticing that your chile is a little too thick, then you can add a little bit more of your broth in. We want to be able to use a spatula or a spoon or even a brush and just lather it over the chicken skin. Okay, we're almost through this recipe, guys. You're doing amazing, you're doing great, and I cannot wait to see you guys do this at home. So, we have a cast iron skillet. In my cast iron skillet, I have about 1 to 2 tablespoons of oil. So what I want to do is put my chicken in the pan, breast side down. So this part that we did a nice little seasoning, we want that to go down. We want to hear that little sizzling sound when we put the chicken in. If it doesn't make that nice sizzling sound, take it out and wait for your pan to fully heat. So he's actually going to fit into this pan nicely once I turn him over. But before I turn him over, I am going to add some of my chile that I made on this side. And then I'm going to turn him over and put the chile on the outside. And we're going to put him in the oven. So my oven is already preheated to 400 degrees. And all we need to do is put the whole cast iron skillet into the oven. If you don't have a cast iron skillet, you can use a roasting pan. Alright, my chicken's ready to be flipped. I'm gonna take some of my salsa. I'm gonna use my hand, some of my chile, and just rub that down, okay? Rub this down. I can actually use a spatula. We're gonna use a spatula instead. Just gonna rub that chile all over that skin. Yes, it smells amazing. Those thighs are really juicy, you know that? Thick thighs save lives, that's what they say. Alright guys, this is this chicken's best and brightest moment. Alright, how amazing does this look? It has all of these nice bright colors. You can see that skin that kind of crispened already. It smells so good, like I can't even, I just want to eat it right now, but obviously we can't. Here's the moment of truth, the moment we have all been waiting for. We're ready to take our chicken out of the oven. Come look. Oh my goodness. This looks perfect. Look at those colors. Look at that sauce, that chile on top. Amazing. All right, our chicken is done. I cannot wait to cut into this and show you guys the marvelous, beautiful inside of this chicken. Listen, you hear it? Nice and crispy, just how we like it. Oh my god. The flavors of that chile like really just pop. That nice crispy skin, perfection. The chicken, as you can see, is just so nice and tender. All right, well, I'm gonna probably eat this whole thing. So, try the recipe, get back to me. Let's do this again next time, guys.